I wanted to start with an icebreaker, a thought. Now is always, never again. The future is always, eventually now, and never, at no time, existed. Thank you. It's one of those things where you feel it, it makes sense. You think about it too hard, it never makes sense. Writing can come from trying to understand the universe and everything that's in it. Neil deGrasse Tyson once was asked what his favorite fact was as an astrophysicist, and he had said that his favorite thing that he has learned is that we are all made of stardust. This next one is called soul dust. We are created by that which we are witness to. All that we are a part of is part of us. Soul bears witness to body, to matter, animating matter with the breath of life, animus. The conscious force of necessity perpetuating the movement that creates being when united with body, with matter. We are stardust, star-struck, starry-eyed, soul dust. Thank you. Writing can come from trying to understand the world around us, and it can come from trying to understand what we feel within us. This next one is called Shattered. Looking out the window, I feel myself shatter. Witness each piece free fall in precise chaos. This time, I don't want to be whole. Let me stare at the mess. I have chosen to shatter, to let myself break. The pressure felt right. Thank you. We're going to push further into that. This one is called The Little Extras. It's always the little extras that get me. Those things create piles, piles that rot in my exhausted watch. It's an endless cycle of self-sedation and stimulation, this painful journey for peace. To be exhausting is to be exhausted. I'm guilty, I'm tired, I'm sick. I'm reaching back inside for the reasons to live. I'm reaching back into the deep, infinite parts of me that remember why. Thank you. Mouth shut screaming. I'm choking privately in plain sight. Full circle closeted among rotten skeleton dust, the door stuck wide open with rust, labeled, hidden, rewritten, defiled, and sacred. I am mouth shut, wide open, screaming. Daydreaming myself dead while the hot water runs my skin swollen and red, I faded while washing the dishes again. The grief has caught up with me. I see it in my face, and the tension of forced living like this has crushed me, ragged, disgraced, and I've made too many of the same mistakes in order to claim wisdom through the mileage. Routines are a necessary comfort and accomplishment. Denial always finds a way. I made soup today. Thank you. Happiness can mean a lot of different things for people. For me, the way out of those dark feelings was always, often is, curiosity. I don't know if there's any Star Trek fans here, but the character Data, who's not human, but is very intrigued by the human experience, and I've always related to his sense of curiosity and how that's gotten him so close to understanding humanity. This next one is called Surviving on Purpose. What if the purpose of life is just to live, to ride the life cycle as part of the ecosystem, to be planted, grow, bud, flower, thrive, and bear fruit? And if we are lucky, we get to die gradually, gracefully, although Sudden death is a possibility and not necessarily any less natural than slowly dying. Sorry. Is happiness more? Does it have to be more than just our surviving? Perhaps happiness can come from appreciating that surviving is what we are meant to do. Even those that thrive are actually just enjoying survival. They just forget that they are. A rich man who is full can just as easily die like the poor man who is hungry. The experience of survival is a subjectively sneaky state of mind. I've been happy eating out of a can, counting pennies for today's means, and I've been miserable eating from a full plate with full pockets. Now, suppose the purpose of life is to enjoy, learn, serve for the betterment. It all sounds human enough, but all living things do this. Bees enjoy flowers, learn from each other, serve the hive, the family, and ultimately the planet. Plants reach for the light and propagate where they feel most alive. Isn't that what we always say we want? To feel alive. And learning happens at the level of DNA. How cretinous humans are to assume that it is something we can only do on purpose out of books and papers, words and gestures. Experience is existence. It's being alive, and evolution is survival of the willing. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So that was trying to understand the universe, trying to understand the self, climbing back out, and now this next arc of poetry is going to be about understanding others. This first piece is actually a real experience I had with my high school principal when I was 15. It's called Does It Demean You? Does it demean you? She asked me. It was in the hallway that Sister Mary in charge stopped me. I wasn't technically breaking the current dress code, but as always, I pushed it. I was 15, with extreme eyeliner and subversive jewelry, although objections to which were never in the handbook originally. She was particularly curious about my choker, what she called that dog collar. But doesn't it demean you? She asked me. No, I like it. I chose it, I replied. She hesitated, trying to understand, and I remember her looking into my eyes and then upwards to decide. And surprisingly, she nodded and accepted my reply. All right, she said. And as she walked away, I couldn't help but examine her habit, and I couldn't help but wonder if she had to answer to, but doesn't it demean you? Thank you. I have to say that I know that has a little edge to it, but I very, very, very much appreciated that interaction. I think that it reveals a lot, and I think that we nodded to each other in that moment. However, there are some encounters where I do not feel the same way. This next piece is called Premadonna Pariah. I will take a drink of water first. Premadonna Pariah. For a crossbreed wannabe Medusa, you sure could turn someone to stone. Not snakes, but leeches for hair. You do your fair share of soul-sucking behind a green stare, like a tongue-eating louse masquerading advice to hijack the new vicarious life of your latest host. And like most parasites, you presume invitation. With your backhanded charity, your endless tales of vanity, you profess genius the way proud fools profess humility. And yet, you're too inept to live with your own kind, a lost sisterhood of Premadonna pariahs on an island of throned victimhood, basking in the vanities of tallying all the would-be villains who misunderstood you all. But you live alone, counting your curses. And I'm the latest verse on your wall. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I know. From the moment I saw your eyes go black, sour with the rage of a shattered glass soul, and I learned why the world leaves you to scream alone. And to cease further feeding your endless emergency, my bleeding heart petrified itself to stone, and your supply now dry, and once again, no one cries for you. You never truly knew my power. I became a stone-framed mirror seeing right through you. The less I said, the more enraged you became as you spat my name, barricading the cave entrance, begging me, baiting me, begging me for venom, begging me for a reason to claim injury. But you see, I know the way of your game. You're a beast baiter. You're a beast baiter for war stories, court dates, and new attention. And in the end, I gave you nothing but your own reflection, and I watched the derangement erupt in your eyes as you beheaded yourself with your own knives. Thank you. Thank you, guys. It's funny, I turn the page here, and there's this feeling of, I'm right to, oh my gosh, no. Sometimes we get humbled by the long, slow slide of heartbreak. This one is called Lemon Water and Whiskey. My mother used to make me hot lemon water when I was sad or sick. These days, lemon water and whiskey get me through the waves. Each shot of whiskey means one jar of water. The simultaneous healing keeps the poisoning perpetual. Delayed heartache always feels like a foolish kind of pain, and dreams have a gently cruel way of showing us what we miss, who we miss, what we may have missed out on, what could have been, what was, what no longer is, or will ever be, and it hits different when you're not 20. Youth has a way of promising invincibility, only to leave you gradually and suddenly shipwrecked in the wake of your own mortality. Young Icarus took his wings for granted, and I fly stranded into this black hole I keep recreating with the never-ending dead-end pitfalls, the pain that is always in my private periphery, and you were always so kind to me. The tenderness of your attention was never lost on me, and yet I had missed your web of cues and vulnerability. I guess I'm too attracted to pain and futility to appreciate anything else. And now, I've suddenly become aware of your reach as my subconscious overwhelms me with obvious symbolism in my sleep. It seems a part of my mind did store you somewhere precious and private for years because you were always so kind to me. And now, I wake with the fate of a longing that is far too late. It could never be. You see, I was never the sun. I am an eternally spiraling supernova, a constant core collapse, destined to regret myself forever. And you were just so kind to me. So, I drink jars of lemon water and whiskey, toasting to long overdue acceptance and the untimely thoughts of alternative reality. Thank you. Some things take a long time to compartmentalize. This poem represents compartmentalizing a time in my life that took over a decade to understand and accept, and I share it with you today. This is called The Wheels on the Bus. It was a time of oranges and dopamine dragons. We chased another chance at childhood with each other. In Mary Jane, beer, dance, tea parties, songs, and merry-go-rounds, and the wheels on the bus go round and round. Ring around the rosy. We chased another chance at childhood in each other, sharing secrets, stories, synchronicities, in tears, laughter, and ketamine, painting walls inside the yellow submarine. We painted ourselves on an island in paradise, and they painted me kaleidoscope eyes. We were time travelers, yearning to return back into the sandbox, back into the sea, back into oranges and ecstasy, lost in the siren's psychedelic sound, and the wheels in the bus go round and round. A pocket full of posies, exhaustion, sickness, stillness, stale serotonin deficiency. I got off the bus one day to rebuild reality with cold stone. The sounds became grave, choking from all the black smoke. Not a stable way to ride, and the denial ran tired, and friendships all tie-dyed with fire. Some dispersed after making their rounds, though many stayed for the ride, even when it all broke down. Some of us died. Some live like the walking dead, never to truly shake Lucy from their heads, though I choose to cherish what I can instead. And the wheels on the bus went round and round. Ashes, ashes, we all fell down, yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I also like to cover the works of others. I am a huge fan of Sexton, and this poem is dedicated to my mother, whose birthday is also tomorrow, and it is called Her Kind. I have gone out, a possessed witch, haunting the black air, braver at night, dreaming evil. I have done my hitch over the plain houses, light by light, lonely, 12-fingered, out of mind. A woman like that is not a woman quite. I have been her kind. I have found the warm caves in the woods, filled them with skillets, carvings, shelves, closets, silks, innumerable goods, fixed the suppers for the worms and the elves, whining, rearranging the disaligned. A woman like that is misunderstood. I have been her kind. I have ridden in your cart, driver, waved my nude arms at villages going by, learning the last bright routes, survivor where your flames still bite my thigh and my ribs crack where your wheels wind. A woman like that is not ashamed to die. I have been her kind. Thank you. Thank you all so much. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Kelly Lynn Knoll, or kaleidoscope_anomaly, everything spelled correctly. This last poem is dedicated to Mike Geffner, and I leave you with the wisdom of If by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait but not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at the beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.